Okay, welcome. My name is André Garstka. I'm from Materna and leading multiple AI products. I have two customers with me talking about our common journeys with their products. But first, I want to spend a few words about Materna. Materna is an IT service provider with 1,200 customers. But we are not focusing short-term relationships. We are focusing on long-term relationships and want to build sustainable value for our customers. I want to give you some insights how we work and what is required in order to build successful AI application. So first, we need the business. Then, of course, a business alone will not help you. We need users, and you need the technology. Bring them together. That is a challenge, and this is our sweet spot. This is where we want to operate. But as you know, technology is evolving over time. So we heard this already on the summit. Remember on the introduction of the iPhone, that changed completely the way how we interact with the internet. So, example, Nokia. This company has not adapted to this step of evolution, so they completely disappeared because they could not keep up with that innovation. And then you had already a lot of the ChatGPT moment 2 years ago that also changed the world completely and changed the way how the users are interacting with the world. So our contribution is the technology, and we see this not as a challenge, we see this as a great opportunity to build more successful applications for our customers. And I want to give you a brief introduction, what is required to build agents that customers love. First, it's not only text as it was at the beginning of ChatGPT. So users would like to interact with the application with their natural language, with a voice, for example. And even as you shall see later, a user would like to interact with photos, so make a photo, for example, and extract information out of that, and even videos. But the agent itself should not rely on the knowledge from the language model. So it needs to understand the business domain language, it needs reasoning. And it should also learn from the user interaction so that it will be smarter over the time. And of course, it needs to be compliant and transparent. Transparency is a very important thing because the users would not understand the decisions of the language model, will not accept the application. Okay, with that words, I would like to welcome Nico from Amprion, and he will talk about our common journey we have.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nico. I'm squad lead for GenAI at Amprion. And I want to start with a quick question to you guys. Who of you here has ever heard of Amprion? Please raise your hands. That's actually quite a lot. And now the question, who of you knows why Amprion plays an important role for AI in Germany and in Europe? Again, please raise your hands. Oh, not so many hands now. Let me tell you why Amprion actually plays an important role. So we are a transmission system operator, meaning we operate the extra high voltage electricity grid. So we deliver a stable energy system. And what do you need for AI, for training and for inference? Right, electricity. So real quick to what we do. So as I said, we operate a grid. This means we operate 11,000 kilometers of this extra high voltage electricity grid. And due to the energy transformation, we are introducing a lot of renewable energies into our system. And probably a lot of you guys know that there are a lot of fluctuations coming with these renewables. And so a very important challenge for us is to keep the grid as stable as it has always been. And now, let's take a look at one of our colleagues who's actually helping us achieve this. Let's take a look at Sebastian. Sebastian is an asset manager at Amprion. And Sebastian's task is to plan the maintenance of the power transformer, one of our key assets. And for him to be able to do that, he needs a lot of information from various IT systems. But as you can see, the IT systems are behind closed doors. And for Sebastian to be able to access this information, he needs system knowledge, data model understanding. He has to know the syntax. And also he has to bring exactly the right access. And only if he brings those special keys for every door, he can access the real information. But the thing is, he needs that for each and every IT system. And each and every IT system is different. So he has to bring a lot of knowledge, which is not or should not be his core focus, because his core thing is to plan the maintenance of the power transformer. So domain knowledge and problem understanding only play a minor role in his actual work. Now, let's see how an AI agent can help Sebastian focus on his core competencies. Yeah, so he has to access all the systems. So in green, you can see the AI agent with this cute little robot thing. And what the AI agent brings is system knowledge, data model understanding, syntax, and also transporting the access from Sebastian. This means Sebastian himself does not have to worry anymore about how to get the information outside of all those systems. And as you can see, there are also no more closed doors. And Sebastian can actually focus on planning the maintenance of the power transformer and using his key knowledge. So let's take a look at how this actually works. On the left, we see Sebastian. And the information Sebastian wants out of the system, he doesn't get through clicking anymore and trying to find the information, but he just tells the agent in his natural language what he wants. For example, when was this asset, this power transformer, last time under maintenance? And then the AI agent in green comes into play. And the agent is, as probably all of you know, a large language model with the ability to take action. And those actions could be, for example, writing queries to directly extract the information from the system. But as we figured out, just writing the queries on the fly, translating the natural language problem from Sebastian to the query didn't work that well. So we introduced the MCP server. MCP, many of you probably know, stands for Model Context Protocol. And this is a quite new but already somehow established standard for giving the agent the right tools to use and making the agent know how to interact with the system. So while having the AI agent, using the MCP, we can easily get the information from the system. Sounds good, right? But now what I want to share with you is some insights into what we actually learned doing that, because everyone's doing AI agents now, and I want to share with you what we learned actually implementing that. So the first thing is all 4 components, as we saw before, are a key role in making this access process for Sebastian better. And also, our colleagues and Sebastian and his colleagues, they really love the approach we're taking, and it already shows how it can help them. The first lesson that we learned was that performance measurement is actually quite hard, because we do not really know all the things people want to get out of the system and how they usually pose their questions, and that's a really interesting challenge we faced. So one of our key things we did was to involve the key stakeholders and the key users especially right from the beginning so that we could actually learn how they interacted with the system, and we knew then what to do in the next steps. And also, of course, monitoring. We're on an AI and data summit, so all of you know that collecting a lot of data is really important. I come to that in a few seconds again. Then there's also this language barrier or knowledge gap, because Sebastian knows some stuff and has his special vocabulary for describing things he wants from the system. But the AI agent in the beginning doesn't know that. So there's this language barrier or knowledge gap. And the first thing was we actually needed to enable Sebastian and his colleagues so that they knew what the problem was and how to interact with the system. Instead of saying just Spule, they then said Drosselspule, which is way more precise, and then the agent knew what to do. And also the agent, so we talked about Sebastian, which is one part of the language barrier, and now we're talking about the agent, which is the other part of the language barrier. And also the agent can improve his knowledge, right? And since we monitored a lot, we could give this context to the AI agent to make him know what actually is the thing that was successful fulfilling the request from Sebastian. And now the data model is really complex. So we made the agent evaluate the data model on its own, and also giving the agent as much information about the data model, data quality, data lineage really helped. Now let me finish with a big thank you to Materna for helping us implement the system. And let's please connect later. And now I'd like to introduce Martin.
Thank you. Yes, hello. Today I introduce me, but first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm a German Kälteanlagenbauer-Meister, a master refrigeration engineer. We are the people who repair and install cooling systems for keeping food fresh, for cold drinks, but also for pharmaceuticals and all things that should be needed in a supermarket. We install air conditioning systems for offices, stores, warehouses, for AI data centers, and for event locations like this one. We install air handling units for fresh air, and more in recent years for sustainable heat pumps for homes and all kinds of buildings that need to be heated. This is my profession, and this was me back in 1991, shortly after I completed my apprenticeship as a refrigeration engineer. Working in these days meant you were completely on your own, no cell phone, no internet, no Google, no quick call to a colleague, and most of the time, no manual or wiring diagram. This is our company today, 34 years later. A lot of more people, more experience, more knowledge, but also more possibilities, but also far more complex systems, different brands, new technologies, and many more questions to answer. It's becoming harder to find the right information quickly. Colleagues may not be available, manufacturer support can be slow, and searching through hundreds of documents can be time-consuming. And then artificial intelligence arrived, and suddenly we have the tools to solve this problem. This is why we're starting today. We technicians and craftsmen have a new helper. Me. Me is our agent. But why is it called me? Because I'm still important as a skilled professional. I'm not being replaced. But now I have the right information instantly in my hand to receive life support at every step. Me is more than just like a general AI, like an LLM. It has the knowledge of previous real-world cases, the experience and collective experience of the Me community, which consists of service companies and craftsmen and technicians, manufacturers and their support teams, professional associations, vocational schools and training institutions. The answers that Me provides are validated and backed by manufacturer information. Yeah. Yes, we place the highest importance on accuracy, and whenever there's a young technician early in their career or an experienced expert, when they faced a system they had never worked on before, a new brand or completely unfamiliar fault, Me will provide them with the knowledge they need to solve the problem quickly and confidently. Before I finish, I want to give a special thanks to the Materna team. Their outstanding expertise and dedication in programming and operating Me has been essential to make this vision a reality. Me is already capable, and its true strengths will grow over time. It will become smarter, learn more, and integrate more features. Together with Materna, we will continue to develop Me step by step, always with the goal of providing technicians with validated, reliable, and manufacturer-approved information. So the next time you walk into a supermarket, enjoy a perfectly skilled drink, or sit in a comfortable office on a hot summer's day, remember there might have been a technician using Me to make that possible. Thank you.